everybody, and welcome to the... I just realized we never set up the microphone direction.
Ooh.
Oof.
That's right.
Anyway, it's pointing to me, so you guys can probably hear me perfectly fine. Andrew is just jumping up to go redirect it, so if you hear some weird audio, that's why.
White balance is like crazy.
Oh, is it?
You're like super bright.
Dang it, it didn't save the settings when it crashed.
He's ethereal.
I talked about this. Anyway, I will fix that here in a second. Welcome everybody. I'm going to do this intro while I'm apparently just completely like whited out. Anyway, this is Anime 707. This is the Friday afternoon TGIF. It is Friday. Yeah. Really. The live stream. Hopefully you guys have noticed, number one, we're live streaming, which is actually more than we can say for the last week's stream. Yeah. And number two, hopefully you enjoy the new changes and things that we've made. You'll see them kind of progress as we go throughout with some different music. Obviously we had different intro screen, thanks to that effect. Chris is giving me very, very concerned look, so I don't actually know if everything's going well.
Sound is very, very low. I've got my mic, I've got my phone like cranked up.
Wonderful. And on that note, I'm going to pass it
on
over to Andrew while I go.
Yeah.
Apparently go screw with settings.
Once Chris switches the cams over. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry. Okay, I will go through the parts list while Connor fixes all our stuff. So, this is Anime 707, as Connor said. So this is a computer aimed at 1080p gaming, sort of getting into that gaming scene. Probably about 60 hertz starting off, especially in AAA games. But as you play some like esports games, older games, you can definitely get into that high refresh rate territory, like 144 hertz, 120 hertz. So starting off, we have a Ryzen 5 3600X as a 6-core 12-thread processor. That'll be boosting about 4 gigahertz, give or take, under full load. That'll be cooled by a Hyper 212 Black Edition, so it's very similar to the 212 Evo that a lot of you are probably familiar with, just the black version, so it looks nice. That will be going in a Gigabyte P450 AORUS Pro Wi-Fi, so this is our kind of choice model of boards, the Gigabyte AORUS brand. They're just very reliable, they have good power delivery, they have good fan control, all that good stuff. That will be also paired with 32 gigs of Ripjaws 3200 DDR4, along with a 1 terabyte NVMe SSD, those fast transfer rates, boot times, game load times, all that good stuff. That will be paired with a GeForce GTX 1660 Ti, which Connor has over on his side, along with the power supply, a Seasonic Focus 750 watt 80 plus gold. All that will be going in a Fractal design Meshify C black, so it's the same case we've been using the past few weeks. And we'll be throwing a couple of Phanteks fans in that to keep everything nice and chilly, lots of airflow. So with that, yeah. Oh. Off our spec list, which is not what we have an EVGA 750G3, which is also a very good unit. So it's basically the same, just different brand. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and get started building while Connor attempts to fix our audio and white balance issues. And it's probably worth noting that even though this is a B450 motherboard, which was released prior to 3rd gen Ryzen, this board, and along with pretty much all the ones you'll find on the shelf now, are branded and advertised right here as being Ryzen 3000 ready, which means they're shipping with a BIOS that is fully compatible with these chips. So you won't have to do any funkiness like I did, where I had to get a temporary CPU from AMD just to update the BIOS and then ship it back to them, because that was a big pain, and no one wants to do that. So I'm going to start taking off these peelies board. It's a very unsatisfying feel, actually. Connor and Chris are having a very quiet conversation about the stream. Hopefully we're fixing some of the audio issues. And I'll go ahead and unbox our processor. So like I said, this is a 6-core, 12-thread processor, and because it's the X variant, that means it's pretty much just a better binned CPU. So usually they'll overclock a little higher, they'll boost a little higher using AMD's Precision Boost technology. And yeah, just good CPUs. This is pretty much, this is the X variant of what's really considered the best value CPU for gaming right now. So if you're in the PC scene a few years ago, what you heard a lot from YouTubers especially was that an i5 is all you need for gaming. And that's back when Intel's i5 chips were 4 cores and 4 threads, so no hyper-threading there. But at the time, you know, that was really all that you would ever see games take advantage of. So it was just kind of considered all that you need. You don't need an i7, you don't need to go past that. Make sure I don't have any benefits. What there is a benefit. Okay, looks like I'm performing surgery. Hey Connor, you want to perform surgery? Because I just took the CPU out of the clamshell and it has 2 bent pins already.
Oh baby. Alright.
Right on the same corner.
Come in on a cue, but I guess I'll just.
That is your cue.
That is my cue.
How good at you are performing surgery.
Actually, pretty good.
Okay, well I'm gonna let you handle that. So I'm gonna
Toss it in the center.
Yeah. They're on the corner with the golden triangle.
Okay. So everybody, we are still in the wonderful world of the disease that shall not be named.
Multitask.
Yes. Yeah, sure.
Tell Connor.
So, Andrew is over there. I am Connor, which again we are terrible at.
Oh yeah, I'm Andrew. You see him?
Yeah, I see him. So,
I refuse to
Andrew's
take any
over there. I am
responsibility.
over here, where you have about 8 feet between us. You can probably see it on my cam because you didn't line it up exceptionally well.
Yeah.
Basically, we have our own tools and such. Parts are going to be limited, passing back and forth. That's why I already have my parts already staged up over here. Andrew has all of his staged over there. The only thing that gets passed back and forth is going to be the case.
And the CPU.
And now the CPU.
I refuse to take any responsibility for this. What?
Okay, perfect. Ow. Shoot, I didn't adjust the white balance.
It's not that bad.
It isn't, but
It's fine.
I'll adjust this and then I'll keep going.
Yeah, do surgery first. So while he does that, I'm gonna go ahead and get the cooler stuff ready and install our NVMe drive. Take that heat.
There's actually there's another one in the other corner too.
Was there?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I just found it.
'Cause I was like very gently trying to put it in. I was like, oh, it's not fitting. Then because I've done this before, I know not to force it, or you will cause issues or issues. Then you already.
And literally what I'm doing is I am gently caressing the pin back
You have the very thin box.
with a razor blade
Yeah.
on a knife, which highly
0 out of 10 do not recommend.
Yeah, like
But like,
we are professionals.
okay, I was gonna say I'm hesitant to say we know what we're doing, but we do. But like,
I've done this many a time.
yeah, we know you have. You had issues with. Didn't one pin just totally fall off the chip you had?
No,
that was the motherboard. It's an LGA board, so the
It's
pins
for
are in the board.
It's a free motherboard.
Is it free?
Yeah.
I think it said it for sale.
Well, the CPU in it is for sale, and you get the motherboard for free. All right, that should work.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna jump on over.
You have to move the dump.
Maybe over there. Yeah.
Stand
And jump on over and quickly adjust levels. So if you see white balance being weird,
Oh. Did they not give you a tool to remove this? Did they not give you a tool to remove the stupid NVMe post to the other position? So just, I'm gonna install it on the other one and make an executive decision. So because this board has 2 different NVMe slots, one of them is stock set up for the longer drives that everyone uses, and one is for the shorter drives. Yeah. You look very confused, Chris. Get this guy off and install him down there instead. It doesn't actually matter in this board because they both get 4 PCI Express lanes directly off the CPU. So no performance loss or anything, it's just Putting her down. Okay. I'm gonna make sure I take the tape piece off the thermal like how we still have my cam on tiny.
I can't.
Oh, you're doing the color. Connor's having an existential crisis. Make sure to get that in straight. And you want to make sure these drives are down all the way when they're tightened. Otherwise, some of the pins might not make contact, which is no bueno. There we go. So next, I'm going to install some memory. And it is very hot in this room. Has anyone else noticed?
Yeah, it is.
It's very hot over here. Woo. And per the manual that I totally read before the stream, we install them in. We skip one slot, so you install in the slot furthest from the CPU, skip one, and then the next slot after that. No, this way. Line up the notch. Here comes Connor. No, maybe.
Alright, now I'm back.
Welcome back.
Just do normal to Andrew Big. Because he's doing all the big stuff.
You in the audio file?
No. Alright. Now I'm back. Did that CPU fit in?
I haven't tried it yet. I was doing
try
other
that
tasks. Yeah. I was doing other tasks.
Let me just set a graphics card on top of it. We'll see if that flattens it out.
Well, you put it there. Okay.
Alright, and then Andrew and I kind of swapped positions today. Thought that it would be a fun change up to change it up. So I am installing the fans in the GPU, or yeah, GPU and power supply. So I'm going to go ahead. What did you do, Chris? Chris broke things. Things breaking.
Oh, there it goes.
Fit in?
Yep, no
Perfect.
force, just a little wiggle wobble.
And
Get it to fit.
yeah, because getting those tolerances. Is so
Yeah,
hard.
just if you're ever messing with the CPU, just do not force it.
No.
Those gold pins will break very quickly.
They absolutely will. And if you are joining us on Facebook, welcome. If you see us responding to comments and things to that effect, we are also dual streaming on YouTube as well.
Which is the chat we actually watch. Well, we watch.
We actually watch both.
Chris watches both.
Chris
we
watches
We watch YouTube.
We typically just watch YouTube.
I don't
on our
really
side.
watch it. I just have it there.
But feel free to look at our enjoyable content on whatever platform that you wish, and comment on whatever platform as well. Because, like I said, and like threw me off on my little pitch there. Chris is monitoring the chat over there. We are monitoring the chat on YouTube as well to respond back to comments. Chris is typing comments and things behind
Sometimes.
his little screen.
Yeah.
Yep, depending. We have an outrageous amount of computer builds right now coming up. So subscribe and follow us for the wonderful, probably not going to be just Friday afternoon live streams anymore.
Yeah.
In all reality,
Probably-
we have I can see 4 computers right now.
Like more than that.
Yeah, there's more than that.
Like 5,
There's 5 computers.
3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh.
Is that including the special build?
That's including our new build and the special one.
There you go.
With another one coming in, so we're...
Yeah, and those are all basically ready to build, right? Well, I think we're still waiting on maybe.
85%.
Yeah, we're still waiting on a few parts, because otherwise we would be building them.
Yep.
But keep in mind, follow us on Facebook for those announcements on when builds are going to be. Or how does the whole YouTube system work? Does it send out alerts whenever you create an event or something? Or
I have no idea.
I don't
we are
think it does.
inexperienced in the YouTube sphere.
I don't
so-
think it sends alerts because I follow it.
True.
It just sort of. It's like, oh yeah, there's one scheduled.
So if you do not want to miss anything, follow us on Facebook.
Follow us on Facebook. I make it next.
Yep, and Chris makes events. And it sends you a little reminder in case you are maybe making dinner at this time and turning on the stream.
You don't judge. As everyone does in their kitchen.
As everyone does.
Man, I don't think they can make these thermal compound tubes any smaller.
I know. I don't think they absolutely can either. Alright. Fans are all out. Perfect.
Right.
We'll just leave it as is. Just completely fanless. Chris found much humor in my joke.
Yes. That makes one of us.
Yeah. It's fair.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute since I installed one of these.
They're so
This
complicated.
cooler. Now I remember why. It's
You
back
have to
and
put
it's
the
like-
little pins through it first, and then put the caps on the end of it.
Yeah. I got it.
Zombie animation on Facebook.
Yeah, I forgot to change that one. That's the stock OBS animation.
Yep.
Nice.
I was like, I've definitely seen that one before.
Yeah, whenever someone likes, not comments, subscribes, hey, if you want to see more. Actually, the subscribe animation is one that is actually ours. And it is a little robot dude that I made, and it is amazing. But I didn't pin it to Facebook because I forgot about it, to be honest.
Beautiful.
We're working on it. That'll be the to-do for next time.
What you doing, Andrew?
I am installing screws on a CPU cooler. Why?
Because I went over to you.
Oh, yeah.
Bud, hey, bud.
What?
It's upside down.
No, it says put the screws in this way.
You know, the bracket that you have
Oh,
is upside down.
That is a good point. I was like, no, I'm putting the screws in the right way.
I was like, how is that going to mount?
Lots of zip ties.
Excessive amounts of zip ties. If you can't tell, it's been a wonderfully long week.
It's always been.
It's, I think on all fronts. On top flight front, there's been
Can we even blame the long
enormous
week?
amounts of ups and downs and stress from outside sources.
Yep.
But hey,
We're just having a grand old time.
we're having an awesome time. And we're here to build some computers.
Yep.
Follow us because we have a freaking awesome build coming up that
See, now you have me paranoid. I'm like double
We're
checking.
getting very close to having all the parts for it.
yeah, and very close to releasing a video on it. Which
Allegedly.
which I don't even think Chris knows the whole schemality for that one, so I'm not going to review
I don't think any of
so
us.
much. I don't think Andrew does either. I think the
No,
only
I
person
don't.
that knows is my father, who I talked to, and I was like, hey, I need a camera for this. He's like, I got you. So when you magically see one YouTube video and it's magically going to be in 4K, you'll understand why.
Oh, 4K.
Yeah,
How are we going to render that video? We need a powerful CPU.
we do.
We have one.
We do.
What? I thought,
Wow, we have a new CPU for
I thought
what,
our
Chris?
stream PC only had a 2700 2700X?
Yeah. Can you,
26.
26?
can you like Vanna White the wonderful processor over?
I can't trust in the land.
I realize that.
Just throw it.
Here. Oh,
Hold on. I'm not juggling this thing.
why? So for those of you that don't know, you should switch over to my cam if you can.
I'm already on your main. I'm already on your main.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Sure. This, from our phenomenal friends at AMD, this is actually I think we can reveal that, right? Yeah. So this is a AMD sample, not for resale. This is basically huge for us.
Yeah.
AMD sent us a Threadripper,
Can I throw it backwards?
and I screw up all of the names. What is this? Is a
3960.
3960X. So, just for comparison, this is the processors. This entire big old boy. I mean, it is huge.
Yep.
This is a 24 core, 48 thread processor.
We currently have 6 cores of 12.
And we have a 6 core and 12 thread. What is going in this system, which is still an awesome processor, is, which one is this?
3600X.
So this is
Six core.
a 6 core, 12 thread. This is literally 4 of those stacked on top
Duct
of each
taped
other.
together.
Yeah, duct taped together. AMD, thank you. Absolutely. That'll be going in our new stream rig,
Yep.
which we're working on now acquiring parts for. We will stream that one, even though it's going to be a very interesting stream. Chris and I talked about that because it's basically just going to be a test boot
Yeah.
on the box, and then we're going to take our streaming PC now and then basically take it apart and put in the new Threadripper.
Let me verify I'm using the right.
And as well as they are sending us another processor for a special sponsored build-ish, if you will.
Yep.
They are sponsoring another build of ours for... Yes.
For yes.
I was actually literally about... I was like so zoned out in this. I was about to tell exactly what it is. You guys will understand where it is, who it's for, and what's going on here in...
Soon.
What, a week? Really?
Probably.
Yeah, probably about a week. We'll put out a video on YouTube, kind of explaining everything, what's going on, and get you guys brought up in the light.
Yep.
Yep.
So I'm pretty sure I installed these the wrong way, like
5 times.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. I think this tab.
The little
Is-
tab should like clip in somewhere, if I remembered correctly, or it should like set on somewhere.
Okay.
I am so
Maybe I
glad
did have it correct.
that Cloud Player is working now.
Yes. Unfortunately, we do apologize for missing out on our last stream. It's uploaded. You guys can pop on over on Facebook, even though it has garbage quality on Facebook because of compression. Go to YouTube. That's one of the very few that I will just say, just please go to the YouTube, which is Top Flight Computers. More
Yes.
plugs for our wonderful YouTube channel. And you can watch that one. That one was
Django?
Django?
Yeah, sure.
I believe it was Django. It was the only one that is basically not streamed. So what we did is we ended up just recording our normal build process and then uploaded it. Hey Chris, now would be a great time to test the music.
Something is not right here.
If you haven't yet. Do you need me to check it?
Yeah, probably.
Toss it in the middle, I'll check it. Good?
I think it's just you gotta check the spacing on the motherboard. Is the issue?
No, this is wrong.
Okay, they're both backwards.
No, this goes underneath.
Really? I thought. See, the cooler itself is what has the recessed counter drill.
Does it?
Yes.
Oh, you're right.
So did those get? Right?
I thought it went like that.
No, it definitely goes.
No, it actually can't.
Yeah, no, it is.
Because I could have sworn that little thing clipped on like that.
And these are the Intel brackets. Let's see.
Give me the, toss me the stock AM4 mounting bracket.
Oh, you know what?
Backlit.
These are for AM4. No, those are the right ones.
Toss me the
Oh, the
stock
stock?
bracket. You have these on the wrong pin. These are supposed to be on the inside pin.
Are they?
Yep.
Okay.
But
This. needless to
oh
say-
no! I know what happened.
Do are they flipped like the wrong way, like the lip in or out?
Yep.
Okay.
So
That
you're
was my
close.
next attack. Yeah. Needless to say, we do not use this cooler often. Hey Chad, how's it going? Got Chad in the chat.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
Chat alert.
Demonetize.
Demonetized.
I believe this is how they go.
As long as the spacing is correct.
Yep.
That was the issue. Let me make sure I'm putting this backplate on with the right screws as well. So, geez, you have to like put an adapter on the backplate and then. Okay. And these plastic sliding.
No, the spacing it does not work.
Yeah, see, that's what I was saying.
All right.
Do you want the instructions?
Yeah, toss the instructions in the middle and grab them.
Okay.
I will help with the. How many people does it take to install a Hyper 212 Evo with this behemoth of a?
One side's Intel, one side's AMD.
Yeah.
In case you're wondering.
What's
So this power source is like super in the air. I unplugged
Oh yeah.
Rick's computer, so it's not.
Yeah, that's fine.
Allegedly.
Rather not have the stream breaks power cable just go boinks.
If only we had a UPS. You figured it out?
Yeah.
What's wrong with it?
You were close. You had him backwards and mirrored.
Oh, I didn't know they were side specific.
Yeah.
Chad was doing a watch party on Facebook, but whenever to YouTube, it sounded much better.
Yeah, that doesn't
Yeah, I can
surprise me.
see that. Facebook does
So much compression.
dumb compression.
So much
And
compression.
we can't get around it, unfortunately.
Well,
That should be.
can. You can make it better, but then we have to change our page to more gaming video oriented. And then we can qualify for change the level up. Being that we're not just like a video creator, we're a physical product. If we were a streamer, that would be one thing.
I say we just ditch Facebook.
Go to
But
Twitch.
it's not happening.
I mean, it could.
Facebook doesn't care at all about video fidelity or photo or anything.
No, we try to upload that.
Because they're trying to save as much server cost as possible, which is, you know...
It makes total sense.
Yeah.
They're not designed to be a like streaming platform like YouTube or Twitch is.
Right. It just does.
Allegedly.
I would say Twitch has their stuff together since that's just what they do. Always has been.
I definitely wasn't adding Twitch one.
I would hope so.
We could do like 10 Twitch streams at once, except our internet won't hold up.
Yeah, I don't think our internet would hold up at that point.
No, it would not.
Do you want to reintroduce the wonderful streaming system that we were building?
Sure. As soon as I get this piece off, I have it on backwards. So this is Anime 707. This is a 1080p gaming computer. And it is... We don't have a specific
Are
game
you
code
sure
for it.
this is the right bracket?
Yes, I'm positive. These are the Intel brackets. At least that's what the manual says. Yes, this is a 1080p gaming computer. Centered around a AMD 3600X. That's a 6-core, 12-thread processor. And with a 1660 Ti graphics card for that gaming horsepower. Whew, I really put this on there. I
This
believe
is a wonderful showing of our skill and talent.
Yeah, we're really struggling tonight.
I don't know why this cooler does not want to work.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I figured out why though.
What
We
was it this
actually
time?
we had it right. Or you had it right. It's just these the little actual mounts are in the wrong positions. They need to back out to the.
I had them out. The springies, I put them out.
No, these parts. Yeah, you need to. They need to be.
Yeah, I had them out, and it was too narrow still.
So what I'm hearing is that it's easier to mount than more expensive cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alleged.
No, it's not even less. Alright, so tonight we're using a stock cooler.
Hey, look
Because
at that.
we spent about half our time yet. We don't have a cooler. Okay, is it correct now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Connor's our cooler specialist.
I know. I was like, "Hey, Andrew, how about you do the motherboard today?" And completely oblivious
The
to the
worst
fact
week.
that it was the Hyper-2
The absolute worst week.
and that absolutely was. And I do apologize. That was actually not planned whatsoever. It's just luck of the draw, and just bad luck in all reality.
Yep.
Also, peel off your little peely doos, people.
Yes.
Like, I know they're there, they look good, they hold, get rid of dirt, just
To make it shiny.
they make it shiny, please peel them off. And the reason I say that is because I've worked many years in tech support, and Andrew also has, and Chris has not, but he's there for opinions.
And he has opinions.
And he has opinions too, but
And he's
they will, in some cases, overheat.
If
Computer
you don't take it
hardware.
off, it will always overheat.
Yeah.
If it's over something sensitive.
Yes, so just peel them off. It's not worth it. It's not worth the death of your components for a small plasticky bit.
Yeah.
Just please. That's all we ask. PSA. Please. Save the computer.
This cooler uses so many different pieces of hardware.
I know.
I'm like missing one screw. Aha. Okay.
We actually have not had an AIO in a while. That's
That's true, actually.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking on the last time we had it, and That was a while ago.
So it was 1 AIO, and there's 3.
Yep. And then we have a water-cooled system.
Well, air-cooled, and water-cooled.
Yep. But we have a full custom loop coming,
Yep.
allegedly.
Maybe. Custom loops are.
If EK ever sends our water cooling parts. I know. He'll get here eventually. One day. One day.
You used to call me on my phone.
Demon.
Wait, how does this work?
What are you doing?
I'm
now?
having. Okay, so apparently this. Like, goes
Okay,
like that.
no.
I'm looking at the instructions.
Okay, so here's what you do. You put the little piece in, like
Okay.
the standoff. No, you need the little post.
Okay.
You put it in, then you put the cap over it to hold it in. That's the wrong standoff piece.
This is the
So
one
you
that
need the
told me-
posts.
Oh, there's no threading on the post.
Alright.
Oh, no, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
Okay.
you put those on, then you put the little caps on. I remember struggling through this. I think this was the cooler that Will struggled like 30 minutes with.
Yeah,
You remember that build, Chris? Like where Will spent like 30 or 40 minutes trying to get the cooler to mount and couldn't get it to mount? I don't need that Be Quiet screwdriver anyway.
So this is the one that has no.
Yep. And you put that through.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm starting to see.
Yeah.
What's happening.
Yeah.
This is.
Literally, this is one of the most complicated parts
This
of
is-
PC building is trying to figure out how the dumb cooler mounts.
And this is dumber amongst the dumb coolers.
Yep, and now I'm going to get our awesome power supply. The EVGA is 750 G3. It's an 80 plus gold. What that means is basically it is made with nothing but solid gold on the inside.
Yep, that's true.
100%.
I read that.
Don't fact check. You'll be fine. Just yeah, no. No, but for real, what that actually means is it is the different efficiency ratings of power supplies. So you'll see 80 plus bronze, 80 plus gold. There's no silver. No, it's bronze and then gold, then platinum, and then titanium.
Yep.
And basically what that means is how actually efficient the power supplies are. So contrary to kind of a naming scheme, which is weird, 80 plus means that it is 80 plus efficient. 80%
At least
efficient. At least 80 efficient. 80%.
I believe that's
efficient.
taking that full load.
Yep. So we're just going to use 1,000 watt just for ease of math. I don't even think there is a 1,000 watt that is a 80 plus. But anyway, basically at full load, it means you're only going to be able to pull about 800 watts of clean power.
It means your system will receive.
Well, yeah, we'll
A
receive
maximum.
a maximum of 800 watts. So, if you're trying to like cut things close, what does it mean then?
It's pulling more water from the wall, and then that extra is being lost as heat.
Oh yeah, it's being lost in the AC to DC conversion.
Correct.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Yeah.
So if you buy a 650, you're still going to get 650 usable power, but it's going to be pulling more than 650 from the wall.
That's what we're saying. Yeah,
Kinda.
that's what I was saying.
That's what he was saying. I was saying it to the
Oh, he was
computer.
saying-
You did
okay,
say it
okay,
to the
I see.
computer, so. And then,
I
yeah,
see.
anyway. So it pulls, say if we have, now as Chris has enlightened us, a 1,000 watt 80 plus, that means that from the wall, it's actually pulling probably 1,200 watts or so, because it is only 80% efficient to get that 1,000 watt. Then you have 80 plus gold, which is, you would think 80 plus something, but it's actually like 80, like 5% efficient, 83 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Then platinum is,
The numbers aren't important. It's more
Yeah.
efficient.
it's basically more efficient.
Each level is more efficient than the last.
But what is also interesting is if you have a 1,000 watt power supply, they will actually degrade over time. The capacitors inside will degrade.
Yeah, aging. Capacitor aging is called.
85, 87, 90, 92.
Can you post that?
20%.
Post that in the thingy thing? Thank you. Because people, chat probably cannot actually hear you.
But also nowadays there's.
What do we need? 8?
Huh?
2 8s?
1 8.
1 8.
Also, nowadays there's no reason to buy anything lower than 80 plus gold.
Yep.
Don't do it.
Like, it's actually not worth it.
Bad juju. Yeah, typically anything that's not at least 80 plus gold is going to be bad quality. Well, I don't want to say bad quality, just lower quality level, and is more likely to fail quick.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Which
You should switch over to Andrew camera, and then me being a
finally
little
screwing
tiny
in the
picture.
cooler. 15 minutes later.
Oh gosh, you're screwing in the cooler before we put it in the case?
Yeah, why not?
Oh gosh.
It's a 212 Evo. Yeah.
It's not like trying to put it in a Dark Pro.
My fingers.
Yes, it is. It is going to be exactly like that. I guarantee. Flash forward. Biddy-doo-doo, a transition. Man, this is really aggravating.
It'll be fine. Tightening these down some
And
nice.
this is a 8-pin. So, that means I can just install the single 8-pin.
Well, I think it's gonna, like, PSU is probably only gonna have, like, the loop-de-loops with 2 8-pins.
Nah, look at this.
Really?
An 8.
So it's
And it's-
Corsair who doesn't do that well.
Yeah, it's
then.
Corsair.
Okay.
This is a VGA.
I'll remember that. It's like the telltale games of Top Flight. I'll remember that.
Andrew will remember that. We don't need any SATA data. Or SATA power, excuse me, right?
Don't you wanna say that? I don't know how to say it. Say it. Huh? What's up?
Allegedly.
You said run one anyway?
Run one anyway. You heard the man. We're gonna run one anyway.
Just get a USB hard drive. Do you remember eSATA? They don't.
Yes.
They still don't. Okay, they don't put that on anymore. People thought that was gonna be a standard, like, so you could have external drives. Theoretically, it's still SATA, but it's just eSATA. It's a different connector. Which also did, power, I believe.
Apparently he's got it. We added music, and I'm very proud of the fact that we added music. I can't see if you turned it on or not. I can't see sound. Let me just pound down my Bang in it. No, we're not
feels
sponsored
pretty
by
tight.
Bang.
Nice and tight on the cooler. Not wrenched too hard.
M.2's installed, all that.
Yep, M.2's in, RAM's in.
Nice.
Okay,
Alright,
put
I
the
am
fan
installing the power supply, and then you'll be good to go.
Alright, put the fan back in the cooler here. Once I put this the right way. All aboard the struggle bus. I'm driving.
Still struggling.
It's been a week.
It has been. Also, if your power supply has a little eco switch on the back, turn it on. Leave it on. Just don't.
You turn them on, huh? I keep mine off.
Why?
I do.
It just makes the fan so loud.
Oh, no. Oh, okay, I misunderstood. Yeah. My unit is the RM850X, which like does the hybrid mode by default, doesn't have a switch.
Yeah, so this one actually has a little switch, and this confuses living daylights out of us. We were trying to troubleshoot a system because the power supply fan, it was supposed to be designed for being very quiet.
Yep.
And the power supply with the eco switch off, basically 100% of the fans at all times.
Yeah.
So we're like, what's going on?
It's like, Eco, I'll show you Eco.
Yeah, until we figured out that eco mode actually basically just kills any fan curve and just is like, haha, max speed. We're trying to achieve liftoff.
Whenever you turn on a server, it doesn't sound like it's turning on, it sounds like it's taking off.
Yeah, no, it absolutely does. Like, we need to just add a little disclaimer of, if you turn off eco mode, the Air Force may show up and ask where its stolen Harrier
Yeah,
is.
do you have clearance for that?
Do you?
I'm struggling with geometry right now, putting these fan clips back on.
Are you really?
I can't visualize which way they need to go, so I'm just trying each way until it works.
You just weren't mentally prepared to work on the motherboard.
I
today.
really was not, honestly. I didn't have time to mentally prepare for it this week. So, we'll put the fan on like that.
Well, power supply's in.
Fun info for electrician, by the way. I'm doing commercial electric now. Oh, he's a commercial electric. Ooh, commercial electric. He is a electric.
Is this singular electric?
Yes. Yes, sir. I'll have one electric, please.
I will have one. Yeah, I'm sure he's a lot more qualified to talk about power supply wattages.
More so than we are. We just play electricians. That works.
Yeah, we just
What's that? 3-phase? Yeah, sounds good.
Gosh, Don't talk to me about 2-phase, 3-phase.
Okay, I'm gonna let you.
Single phase and 3. Ah,
It's a
no,
lot.
Wait, is this? I hope these are the right
no,
clips.
no. We
Where'd
do
my-
that in our normal job,
Okay.
or my other job outside of
Day
this.
job.
I'm not an electrician,
All right.
to say the least.
So you want to put this fan clips on too? Sounds good.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I'm like actually having trouble with these fan clips right now. There you go.
Are you really on the struggle bus
Yeah,
that bad?
I'm gonna watch you do it.
All right.
And while he does that, I will clean this up.
So
Case over here.
Andrew is not having a good day today. By any means, apparently.
Oh, I see. Okay, I know where I was going wrong.
What were you trying to do?
Don't worry about it. We're not talking. We're not talking about
I'm
it.
gonna like rewatch this stream just to
Oh,
see
no.
what you were trying to do here.
Hope not. This is embarrassing. Oh, they gave me another M.2. Oh, well, they gave us a screw. That screw is now gone. Gone but not forgotten.
Flashback to arguably one of my favorite intros that we ever did.
Which one? Undertales. I don't know. Isn't that the game Undertale?
I am very confused. Chris, where are you going with this?
They do give you a 4-pin splitter cable if you want to put another fan on.
That's actually cool.
Although,
A 4-fan?
a
4-pin fan splitter. I see.
Although, wait.
Anyway, what I was saying is flashback to the one of my favorite intros that we have ever done.
We ever done? Get her in.
Which was
That was Will and the pizza boxes.
no, it wasn't the pizza boxes, it was GPU boxes.
Oh, when he dropped them off.
Yeah, he walks in, he's like, we're putting in 5! Drops one. 4 GPUs in there. Or no, it was 3. It was 3.
Did you install standups?
No, I did not install
Oh,
Centos
okay.
yet. It'll be
I'll
fine.
install standups. Connor gets them all on this week.
Yeah, I do get one more, and I'm just gonna start grabbing pieces.
Sounds good. You grab the case hardware here.
No, plate. And GPU.
You're just grabbing random parts to talk about?
No, I'm talking about very specific parts.
Okay. I'm just installing these case standoffs so we don't fry our board. Very important to have standoffs. Get them started there with thread. There we go. And once they're all threaded, that will screw them in.
We're gonna do a quick unboxing of just multitude of parts. Chris and I had a very big misunderstanding on how many fans we needed. Chris wanted to buy double the amount of fans. You wanted to do push pull.
Oh, I'll take some for free.
Hey, we talked about it. To be fair,
Wait, we're doing push pull, really?
that's what we talked about.
That's overkill.
Well, you'll see. We'll discuss it.
Alright.
So, the first part that we have is a very interestingly boxed
That's late OEM box.
OEM. Yep, this is OEM.
OEM man.
No, this is a Asus Strix 2080 Ti. Big old boy. I'm just literally monologuing for Andrew, by the way, over here. So,
Yep.
feel free to interrupt whenever you have
So
interesting things
that
to talk
uses
about.
T106 chip, the full fat T106, I think.
And this, I believe we teased earlier, but that was another stream. This gives actually a pretty good representation of what it's for.
What's that piece of plastic for?
This thing.
Yeah.
This is a distribution plate for water cooling. We actually have another system over there that's we've been repairing and is now repaired that uses a distro block. I would love to show the camera, but it's full of water right now and I don't want to do it. So all of those are going in the same system, as well as this wonderful 3-pack of ML120 Pros. These are the RGB variants. These are very awesome fans. It took us a while to decide on these. There's another pack of them sitting over there. Again, all of this will be revealed about next week of what the system is going in. These are just some of the specs that are going through. And this, I already opened one of these. I believe it is this boy. is a Western Digital 8 terabyte drive, and we have 2 of them.
That's a
going in the
lot of
system.
terabytes.
This is an excessive amount of terabytes.
Well, it depends on what you're doing.
True. This is very true. These are going to go in RAID 1.
What does RAID 1 do?
And we'll kick into RAID. So what raiding is
One of them.
basically taking multiple drives, more than one, and basically making your system either see them as one or as a parity backup. So there are technically 1 through 10, right? Backup states, I think.
You mean RAID configs?
Yeah, RAID configs, yeah.
Yeah, technically things like RAID 3 and 4 exist, but they're not like
They're not really
standards.
used, yeah. So when you hear someone saying like, "Oh, we're raided 2 hard drives together," if it's 2 hard drives, the most common is either RAID 1 or RAID 0. RAID 0 basically stacks them, so as 8 terabytes, assuming no loss to overhead and RAID configs, it would be 16 terabytes. Usable space, you're probably talking, what, 15.5 terabytes maybe? A little bit less?
Is one RAID 0?
Yeah.
Yeah. Although, if one of your drives dies in RAID 0,
all of your data gets
your
lost.
data's gone.
RAID 1 is a dual parity. So basically, if one amount of data gets put on one drive, it gets put exactly mirrored onto the other.
Yep.
RAID 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are all basically similar concepts of just varying in the number of actual hard drives that you have and how many of them are combined versus how many are backed up. The only difference in those is, for example, you can have 3 actual hard drive spaces and then 1 as a hot swappable hard drive as well, or it can rebuild the array. And then RAID 10 is actually not RAID 10, it's RAID 1, 0, 1,
Yep.
comma 0, which is basically you have minimum of 4 drives where you basically have, now you stack these, there's your 16, then you do it again, but then this stack is just going to be parodying off of these.
It's
High
pretty similar,
performance, high
pretty similar
cost.
to RAID 5 as
Yeah,
well.
RAID 5 is very similar as well.
It's basically, the whole point of RAID is you're combining multiple drives to achieve either decreased chance of data loss, increased performance, or more likely a combination of the 2.
Yep.
So some configs will give you twice the read performance, but only 1x the write performance of a single drive. So it all depends on what you're doing, how much, how valuable your data is, all that good stuff.
And the last thing I'm going to grab was
So I'm getting screws for the motherboard now.
to run all the way around.
I feel like I need Jeopardy music for when Connor leaves.
So, what's not going in this system or the system that we're talking about in Tizen is the new Gen 4 SSDs, which are blisteringly fast. So this is a Gen 3 hard drive, SSD.
NVMe.
Gen 3 NVMe SSD, which are these little gum sticky boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, winded. We have to, basically how we have it set up is there's one LAN cable connecting the system to the LAN, and it's like stretched literally at like stomach levels. So we have to run all the way around the office to where we stage our box. Yeah. Oh shit. So anyway, this has sequential read and writes. Usually they have them listed on the back. Wow.
About 3 gigabytes and anywhere from 2,500 to 3 gigabytes. That's reads and writes sequentials.
And Gen 4, this has maximum sequential reads of 5,000 megabytes, or 5 gigs at a time, and max write up to 2,500 megabytes
I'm trying
per
to
second. So if you actually think about that, you have internet to saturate this. This could download a 5 gigabyte Actually, no, it's read, I guess, technically. So you could read 5 gigs off this drive in a second.
Yeah.
So if you had 2 of these side by side and transferred data, it would transfer at 5 gigs a second.
Yep. Assuming you have, yeah.
Assuming you have
There's
all
a lot of
other
assumings
bandwidth.
there. That's the theoretical max.
Yep. Yep. Assuming all your hardware can actually do it.
Yeah.
So we have a build coming up that uses 2 of these. This is actually a 500 gig.
That goes in, I just remembered, that goes in our movie.
That one is?
Apparently this is ours.
Yeah,
We have too much hardware.
Why do we need that?
because I wanted to get it.
So this is a 500 gig Gen 4 NVMe SSD. We have another one sitting over there for another build coming up that is a 2 terabyte, which we do not talk about the costs of that one. That was expensive, boy.
Yeah. And for reference on these numbers, by the way, a kind of more traditional SATA SSD, so that's the same connector that most hard drives would use, saturate the SATA 6 gigabit a second bus, and that gives you about 550 megabytes a second each way. So it's basically 3 gigabytes a second
Yeah,
For
I
an
realized it
NVMe?
looked down this hot.
versus 550 megabytes a second. So it's like 6 times the performance.
It was not that expensive.
Trying to figure out where to plug this fan in right now.
It was cheaper than most.
This board does not have many fan headers here. I'll just use this guy down here. Oh wait, we're not even. Oh, you already put these fans in.
Yep.
I was like, did we change the fans?
Yes, I absolutely did. Andrew, can you look at the comments up there because Chris is doing things. What do we have?
Rage is how you kill cockroaches. That's true.
Can confirm.
Or you do what I do and you buy an electric fly swatter. And then you also kill many cockroaches.
Oh gosh.
Not really.
Not at the office.
Not
though,
that many.
because we are cleanly.
Anyway. So I'm just plugging in front audio, fans, USB, all that.
And this is probably going to disappoint many of our audience. We'll probably lose half of our audience. We talked about this beforehand. This is Anime 707.
Yep.
Andrew and I collectively have seen one anime.
Yeah,
Total.
and it was him, by the way.
And it was me.
It's not that anime's bad. We just don't watch it.
Yeah, just don't watch it. My girlfriend loves it.
Does she? Which ones? I say that like I know what any of them
Yeah.
are called.
I can't even pronounce half the names.
The only one I know the name of, like by heart, is My Hero Academia.
Yep. No, I watched Death Note.
We've been watching a lot of.
Oh, Death Note. That's right.
Death Note is a good one.
I've heard of that one.
That one's actually phenomenal.
We watched Soul Eater. We watched
Chris is relaying. You probably can't hear. Soul Eater.
the Gundam Wing.
Gundam
his name's
Wing.
not Chris. It's Threadripper.
That's what I said.
Isn't that the
Fight
fighting?
you.
Isn't that the fighting robots Gundams?
Heck yeah!
Yeah, I played a game at PAX. I demoed a game that was it was like an RTS Gundam game. It was pretty cool.
Interesting.
That's all I
I
know.
keep forgetting the camera's up here and not down here like it normally is, so I have to look up. I'm so used to looking straight ahead, and then now I'm just like, aha!
Yeah, your neck's gonna hurt tonight.
Yeah, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. Anyway, we are putting in a 1660 Ti, which is not an RTX card, which is an interesting kind of value proposition. So, not AMD, oh gosh. NVIDIA went and released one of the most complicated naming schemes I have ever heard. Ever. So, originally they had the 10 series, which was very easy. You had the 1050, the 1050 Ti, the 1060, the 1070, 1080, 1080 Ti. Very simple. Then they released a 1070 Ti to try to get some more performance and dog our friends at AMD from their press events. But anyway, I digress. And then with the new next gen series, you would think that it would be the 11 series, but they changed it up and changed it to the 20 series. So you have the 2060, 2050, no, 2060, 2070, 2080, 2080 Ti. Then you have the Super line, which they revamped everything back on that,
About
which
what,
is the...
6 months after initial release? Something
Yep.
like that? 6 to 8?
Yep. Well, no, they released the 16 series before then.
only the 1660 Ti first.
Yep, they
Then,
released.
then Supers, and then the others.
Yep, they released this card, which is the 1660 Ti, which is supposed to be kind of an in-between. Basically, what the 20 series is it uses these special tensor core, or special cores on the processor called ray tracing cores.
Not the same as Tensor Core.
Not the same as tensor cores, I know. And then they released the incremental upgrade, next gen, that we thought the 20 series would be from the 10 series, which is the 16 series, which is actually a really phenomenal card for the price point that's at.
Yeah, and
really,
it's-
really good, actually.
So it's actually the same architecture as the RTX cards, as Turing architecture GPUs, but they're just, you know, with less CUDA cores, usually less memory, and they do not feature any ray tracing cores, which is not a problem if you don't play ray tracing games,
Yep.
which there's like 4 of.
Yeah, there's only it's a very unadopted kind of thing. Then they released, as Andrew said, the Super series, which we actually have a few over here. I just showed you guys the box, where they released the 2070 Super and the 2080 Super, and the 2060 Super, which we do not have a box over here of that. So, made things exceptionally confusing because NVIDIA absolutely does not like their market share.
No, they have plenty of it
They
still.
do, yeah, they do.
They just like to confuse
So
the
that's why it's
customers.
really challenging when someone's like, "Hey, I want a graphics card upgrade." I'm not even going to go into AMD's GPU line right now because, yeah,
They tried.
that's going to be a whole nother.
You tried.
Yeah, that'll be a whole nother debate conversation that I'm not well equipped in. So I do not actually know a crazy
There's not that many.
about the 5 series and then the,
There's like 3.
Yep. And then there's 5700X.
50, so there's...
Nope, we're not
There
going
is a 5500X. Okay, good.
No, we're not going. That's going to be a whole nother video in itself.
A whole other video.
Yeah, we're just going to create a whole separate live stream just talking about naming schemes.
Yeah. Side note, this board has exactly 3 fan headers.
Hey, that's exactly what we need.
Yes.
We just need to go through all of the hardware boxes that we just have laying around and categorize them and talk about them. That'd be a good video. Huh? That would actually be a pretty good video. We do have a lot. This is maybe half of the boxes that we actually have. We're going to create, once we move over to our new studio space, we're going to create a really awesome background, basically filling up very, very, very high.
This is basically only graphics cards and motherboards? Yeah.
Yeah, we have literally 6 Ryzen 9 boxes down there on the left holding up Andrew's side.
We throw away a lot of other boxes,
Yeah, we
like
do.
power supplies and stuff.
Yep. We have excessive amounts of graphics card boxes over here as well. Motherboard boxes. We have lots of CPU boxes as well. But they're tiny boys. Let's see. What's sitting over here? We have a Quadra box sitting over here as well.
By the way, we're being educated on anime. So we have My Hero Academia, Van Helsing, Vampire Hunter D, Assassination Classroom.
There we go.
So there's some anime for you, in case you're wondering.
And watch it on Crunchyroll because I saw that on Line of Spec did that.
Oh yeah.
That's the only
I
thing.
think they haven't had that sponsor for a while.
No, they haven't. That's an old one.
They've had a lot of sponsors in the years.
They really have. Chris, where's our sponsors? Well, we do have sponsors, but
Well, I mean, they sent us a Predator.
yeah.
Although that wasn't even sponsorship, that was a review sample.
How are we doing? We're doing fine.
Or, I'm just plugging in. I have 2 cables left to plug in, and then I'm gonna time it.
Oh, you're doing cable management.
Oh, maybe.
Andrew's doing cable management today.
We'll see.
I'll take it easy today on this Friday afternoon. Yeah.
Go.
Chris, when's our next live stream? Or is that still to be determined? Yeah. I'm kind of just awkwardly waiting on parts because.
Do you want to sell the graphics card?
Sure. Yep. Like AMD.
There you go.
It's just.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, you can get
Do you need zip ties?
No, I have some. So I'm going to quickly cable manage while now Andrew takes over monologuing, and hopefully Chris jumps back over to his computer and kicks it over to Andrew.
While I start cleaning out my
Well, he starts-
station.
yeah, you can.
Because I have so much stuff over here. Yeah. So, I guess. Should we say the 4th time, the build name?
Nah.
We'll say it when we end. So, Connor's just fixing all my lack of cable management.
Now I know how Chris feels.
You are front and center.
I'm front and center, cleaning up my area, putting all the things in those pucks. Oh, you want a Ryzen 5 sticker?
Nope. I don't even know why they include those anymore, to be blatantly honest.
No, I still see people put them on. I think they're cool. It's just I like the clean aesthetic. This is, if you ever buy a CPU, keep the clamshell packaging came in, because if you have to take it out and like RMA it or do anything with it,
Or just take it out in
you're
general.
gonna want that because the pins are very fragile.
When we move, we will. When we move it over, we will. We'll make a video.
We'll
of it.
move 10 feet to the left.
Yep. Or when we have like a live stream day when we don't have a build, which is not coming up anytime
Not soon. I think we're gonna have at least weekly builds for the next like month.
Yep. At least.
Yeah,
At
it's
a
gonna be
minimum.
Huh? No breaks?
We're just 24/7 live streaming.
I'm gonna use some of my PTO.
Right. We're going to get sponsored by Bang to just stay up and build as
By
many
who?
computers Bang Energy.
Oh, and you're doing.
They sponsor all the
We did G. What happened to G Fuel? They used to be sponsored by it. They have the Faceberry flavor. It has face players on the front of it.
Really?
Yes. It was Faceberry. It's what the face players drank to perform, you know?
Yes. I'm just trying to get this zip tie. It's like in the back. And it's so frustrating. And it doesn't help because we have lots of light up here and we just have dark case.
Yeah, I was struggling with that too.
It's so...
Trying to see in.
Yep. I'm trying to like see into
If you
it.
can't tell, Potter and I do not have the best eyesight by default.
But yeah, we are nerfed from birth. That's how I put it.
That's almost as good as short people who say they're vertically challenged.
It's fair. It's like the nerf from birth.
It's Nerf or nothing.
It's nerf.
I actually thought about buying like $100 Nerf gun just to have it, like one that belt fed.
When
like,
we were in,
electric ones.
when I was in college, that's what we did in the dorms. Not with the $100 Nerf gun, but with just Nerf guns.
Yeah, just have Nerf battles. Assassination.
Throw the hallway.
Yeah.
The days before when we actually could actually hang out.
Back when there was dorms.
It's so weird to say, but it's actually true.
You know they're moving in this fall though. My brother moves in like 2 weeks. They're starting the semester early and they are going to dorms.
We are not discussing any politics.
No, I'm just saying that's,
I know.
that's what's
I'm
happening.
I'm making this point clear.
Yeah.
This is a political free zone. Please do not comment. You will be banned. Chris, how fast can you permaban people?
Can you ban me if I comment? Ejected from the studio. Studio's trouble.
Just Chris has just a really bad Photoshop like version where it just pauses the screen and then just clips you out and then just drags you out of the...
Just the feed cuts and when it cuts back in, it's a cardboard cutout of me in the chair. Can we get some of those? Just they're only like $100 each. No, we need to like print cardboard cutouts of all of us.
Just start a stream.
No, like print actual ones, you know? That'd be cool.
No, fathead. That's what they are.
Next month we'll need to do photo videos and post online.
Ooh, I was in an online D&D campaign that everyone sort of gave up because people were playing like once a week. It's rough. Now
That should be interesting.
we'll never know what was in the chest in the caravan. I'm serious.
That sucks. You
we
left
spent
on like a cliffhanger.
We spent like a month doing this stupid raid on the caravan. And then we finally finished it, and we were like headed back to town, and that's when everyone sort of gave up and just stopped responding. So.
That's rough, buddy.
I know. It's,
And that's if
Honestly,
you can
the
name
first-
that reference, that's probably like the most quoted, one of
Yeah,
the
who
most
doesn't
quoted
know that
references from that series. That's rough, buddy. Or the other one is My Cabbages.
that's a good one too.
There's also another really good one.
I'm trying to think of another. There's not really many catchphrases in it.
No, there's really not.
Boomerang.
Yeah.
That's one.
Alright, cable management is basically done, but I'm going to install the GPU first. Then I will cable manage that last cable, and we are going to call it a day. We'll do a boot.
Hopefully.
Hopefully do a post boot. And then we're going to call it a day. We'll do a software and installation of the wonderful, very entertaining drivers and things outside of the stream because nobody really wants to watch that.
Yep, we're installing CentOS Linux on this. No.
Centos. That was the line. You watched the Linus video on that one.
What?
The CentOS.
You didn't make a video on CentOS.
He did. He just did last week.
You're talking about Temple OS.
Oh no, I'm thinking Temple OS.
CentOS is like an actually big Linux distribution. Okay. Yeah, Temple OS is something.
Chris, we're installing Temple OS on the.
It actually would work.
On the Threadripper.
It's very. Actually, okay. I don't know if it'll work on the Threadripper. Actually.
So Andrew's installing some form of Linux on the GSkill.
Yeah, like
True.
Ubuntu.
Yeah, that's just.
No, Temple OS is not Linux either.
For those of you that do not know what we're talking about, I'm just going right over your head. Basically, there are different operating systems. So Mac runs on its own proprietary kind of. It's actually not proprietary.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Mac OS.
Mac OS.
It's intellectual property of Apple.
True.
You can only, if you read the EULA, you can only install it on Apple-built computers.
Oh.
Hence why Hackintosh is technically illegal.
True. So, Mac has its own operating system. Windows is obviously the most well-known, I would argue. And that one. Yep, Windows 10.
Made by
Windows 7,
Microsoft.
made by Microsoft. Basically, if you have a computer, it's probably running Microsoft.
Yeah.
Or it's probably running...
Yeah, if you have an Apple-made computer, it's probably running Mac OS. If you have anything else, it's probably running Windows. Unless
Then you
have
can
servers.
also do
Linux. Free
which
and
is
open source.
a free open source, mainly for servers and programs, right?
Mainly for servers. Some programmers will prefer it. Some also prefer Mac OS. There's no real advantage to using either of those. There's no advantage to any OS for programming, really. It's just what you prefer.
Just different.
I mean, okay, you could argue like a few build tools are native on Linux, but it's a stretch.
But this system is going to get wonderful Windows 10.
Yep, Windows 10 Home, I think. I'm waiting for visual confirmation. Yes, Windows 10 Home, OEM, 64-bit, update, what are we on, 2000? Windows 10 2009, is that the, like, update number? I can't keep track. They keep installing stuff. Let's see, NVIDIA driver version 441.74.
How do you know?
I'm making that up. That is close.
I mean, you could just pull that out of nowhere and no one would fact check you.
I could have played it off, but yeah, it's close to that.
Alright.
All
What am I saying? I'm not. I
Video
can't.
card box with Sharpie face drawn on for cardboard cutout size. I think we should order.
I called it 28.
No, I think we should order a real cardboard cutout for us.
This is the quick, wonderful cable management. Luckily, there's not a lot of cables in this build, which makes like
The 8-pin sticking out a little bit. It's fine.
Amazing.
It'll go on.
Which makes this super awesome, very clean, very quick, very awesome. Now we're going to do a test boot. We'll see if Andrew installed the power switch correctly.
Hopefully. I did have the manual over here.
We shall see. Grab the power cable. The suspense.
I'm just as interested as everyone else to see if it turns on.
We have.
So, what's the right power switch?
Yeah, that's the right. Alright, we have a CPU, we have a VGA, we have a DRAM, and we're gonna cut off. Probably gonna memory drain and turn off.
Maybe, maybe not.
Boop, boop, boop. There goes memory training. DRAM. I'm actually, there's a little panel in the bottom that gives us boot
It's like
lights.
4 small LEDs.
Yes.
I,
I'm just
Honestly-
waiting for it to hit boot, and then we are good to go.
every enthusiast board needs to have postcode readouts. Changed my mind.
I would agree. Yeah.
I do not like the LEDs. Don't like them. They don't give enough info.
Not an enthusiast board.
This is an enthusiast. If it's not in a Dell tower, it is an enthusiast. This is an enthusiast board.
And
It's
we
not
got
a
boot.
high-end enthusiast board.
Perfect. Unlike the other system that we had a few weeks ago, where we actually had a dead motherboard came in on arrival. UPS decided to have a frisbee with it. No, we actually don't know. It's actually
Just
not
dead.
insanely common, but it is pretty
It
common
happens.
for
DOA.
Yep, it's called DOA. It's dead on arrival.
Yep.
But in this instance, we do not have to worry about that. The system is powered on. It is booted. It is in the BIOS screen where we will go through and install Windows. We will adjust the fan curves, make everything nice, crispy, and cool. And then we'll get this shipped off to the client. Shipped off, dropped off.
He's here at Raleigh.
We will get it dropped off to the client.
Real quick, I want to know what Chad's flavor of Linux of choice is.
I have to
Apparently
like
it's a
sit
Linux-
over here because
Linux file.
Andrew's computer is like right here. Because I just looked
Yeah,
over on the
you're
thing
just
and
hiding
realized that
behind
I was
that
like
TV.
halfway behind that graphic. Oh, Chris is just typing, but he's looking at the monitor on the right, which is like dead in line with where I can see him. So I just see the death glare through the monitor, and I'm like, oh gosh, what did we do?
Anyway, so yeah.
Are you just waiting for that
Yeah,
response?
he'll type in chat. I'm just curious, personally.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on off. Always a good thing to do before you mess with a system. In this instance, we do not have any hard drives, so I can handle it right away. If you have hard drives, wait for your hard drives to spin down.
30 seconds.
Yeah, about 30 seconds or so for the platters inside of the hard drives. They're actually little discs.
They actually
Please
have to
wait.
part too.
Andrew.
Yes. Ubuntu's safe play, reliable. Not as not as fun as. Have I told you about Hannah Montana Linux?
Oh, that's actually a thing.
It's actually just an Ubuntu like desktop environment or skin. It's very old now. This is from like 2004. But there is Hannah Montana Linux. Just saying.
And on that bombshell of a revelation, we will see you all next week for editor insert name here, even though we don't have editor. But editor insert name here and
Nautilus?
No, we're waiting on the computer case for that one.
Oh.
So we will see you all
next time.
next week.
Yep.
Thanks for joining. Goodbye.